have walked on this land. The relationship with this land is at
It's
the
a
center of our
perfect
lives and
night for
spirituality.
baseball on a
We
Friday
are
night
gathered on the traditional
as the Welland
territory of
Jackfish
several
get set
indigenous
to
peoples,
take on the Barrie
including the
Baycats.
neutrals,
The
the
Baycats
Mississauga,
sit just 2.5
the
games
Anishinaabe,
behind
and the
Welland in the
Haudenosaunee.
standings,
We
and the
acknowledge their
Jackfish are now in
continuing
sole
stewardship
possession of
of this
third
land.
place. First pitch
Thank you.
and lineups and more are on the way
And now,
next.
fans, we ask
Home, a place where I can go to take this off my shoulders. Someone take me home. Home, a place where I can go to take this off my shoulders. Someone take me home.
It's been a long time coming.
Someone take me home. Oh, oh, oh.
Welcome back to Welland Stadium as we get set for a Friday night game between the Welland Jackfish and the Barrie Baycats. I'm Brendan Lang on the mic to take you through this one tonight. And first, let's take a look at the starting lineup for those Barrie Baycats. Batting in the leadoff spot is the center fielder Jake Wilson. Royce Ando hits second and plays second base. Avery Tuck, the right fielder, bats third. Mike Cicchetto bats fourth and is the DH. Marcel Lacoste plays third base and bats fifth. David LeBlanc, the left fielder, hits sixth. James Anderson at first base bats seventh. Carson Burns, the shortstop, hits eighth. And rounding out the order, the catcher is Tyler Plumpton. The man tasked with facing that lineup for the Jackfish today is right-hander Jake Palanchik, making his seventh start of the season. He has a 1-1 record and sports a 4.26 ERA. And he's pitched very well at home so far, only allowing 7 earned runs over 20 innings of work. So he's obviously very comfortable on this mound at the pond. So we're just about ready for baseball. The leadoff man, Jake Wilson, is in the box and he slashes at the first pitch and fouls it away. 7:32 is the time of first pitch. And it's a great night for baseball, sitting at 20 degrees even at the start of play. It's an 0-1 count to Wilson. Palanchik misses outside, and it's 1-1. Palanchik's last time out, he was saddled with the loss, but he didn't pitch too bad. He worked 6 innings, only giving up 4 runs as he misses inside. And the count runs to 2-1. Wilson on the season is having a very strong year, hitting .372. And Palanchik misses once again outside, and the count goes to 3-1. He's played in every game for the Baycats, totaling 121 at-bats. That's what'll happen when you bat in the leadoff spot all year, and he fouls another one back. And now the count is full at 3-2. Standing on deck is the second baseman Royce Ando, and then Avery Tuck, the right fielder, will follow. So it's a full count. Palanchik looking in for the sign. He's got it. Here comes the 3-2. In the air, Marriott, the center fielder, coming over. Now it's Dave Banning calling everybody off, and he makes the catch. 1 out in the Baycats' half of the first. And now here comes Royce Ando, the second baseman. Hitting in the number 2 spot, playing in only his third game of the season. He's got 2 hits and 5 at-bats. And the first one's right over the heart of the plate for strike 1. Palanchik pitching out of the full windup. Here comes an 0-1, swing and a miss. Might have been fouled and hung onto behind the plate, but nonetheless it is 0-2. Palanchik ready once again. A 2-strike offering. A swing and a miss. A great pitch by Palanchik to set down the number 2 hitter, Ando, and there's 2 outs.
Right fielder,
Looking at the Jackfish
Avery
defense,
Tuck.
Dave Banning plays in left field, Eric Marriott is tasked to play center, and Brandon Nicholson plays right. Dane Tofflin plays third base, Mike Wagner's at shortstop, Nolan Pettipiece plays second, Griffin Keller's at first, and Andrew Mercier returns to the lineup, and he's the catcher. First pitch to Tuck is over the plate, and he swings and misses for a strike. And it's 0-1. Palanchik has been able to get ahead of these last 2 hitters. We'll see what he goes with now. Another swing and a miss, an off-speed pitch. And he's got his good stuff working early. Tuck was geared up for another fastball from Palanchik, and he pulled the string. And he was way out in front. An 0-2 pitch. That one's laced into the gap, and it's going to get down. Tuck around first on his way to second. He gets in there standing up as the ball comes back in. And the first hit of the game for the Baycats is a double. Now here's Mike Cicchetto. He's the DH tonight. For Tuck, that is his third double on the season. He scorched that ball. It looked like it was a fastball that was left out over the middle, and he took it the other way. Now here's the designated hitter with a runner out there in scoring position. The first one misses outside, and it's 1-0. Tuck does have 5 stolen bases this year. Standing out there at second. Wagner moving in behind him, now goes back to his position. Palanchik checks on him, and he's going for third. And Cicchetto rifles that one into left field, a diving try by Dave Banning, and he can't come up with it. Tucks in to score. Cicchetto around first on his way to second. And an RBI double for the designated hitter, Mike Cicchetto. And the Baycats have jumped out early. It's 1-0.
Third baseman, number 13, Marcel Lacasse.
That was a great effort by Dave Banning out there in left field. He dove for it and just couldn't quite get his glove on it. So a run comes in to score. Now here's Marcel Lacasse, the third baseman, batting in the left-handed batter's box. Mike Cicchetto stands at second base. That one's inside and off the glove of Mercier. Cicchetto will move up to third. On that double by Mike Cicchetto, Tuck was running on the pitch. and he got a very good jump. He probably would have stolen the base easily if the ball wasn't put in play. So the count's 1-0 to the number 5 hitter Lacasse. Runner at third now. And the pitch is just outside. Called by home plate umpire Sean Schaefer. At first base is Chris Walters, Corey Dalton is at second base, and Ben Mercier is the umpire at third. The 2-0. Swing and a miss from Lacasse. Now Palanchik's back in the count. It's 2-1. Also in the IBL today, the Toronto Maple Leafs are in Hamilton. Also, the Brantford Red Sox are taking on the London Majors. That game is in London. The 2-1. Grazes the outside corner, and it's 2-2. That Toronto-Hamilton game is also in the top of the first. No score as of yet. We've got a score here, though, as Barrie leads at 1-0. The 2-2. Check swing foul off the first base line. The Jackfish won yesterday's game 15-9 over the Maple Leafs. It was a back and forth ball game the whole time until Welland pulled away with a big 8th inning, scoring 6 runs in that 8th. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And the pitch. Inside. And this count will run full. The second time we've seen a full count in the first 5 hitters of the ball game. Palanchik checking for the sign. Shakes off a couple times. Now he likes what he sees. And he's set. The 3-2 pitch. Outside. It's ball 4. So now here comes
David LeBlanc.
David LeBlanc, the left fielder, hitting in the 6th spot today. So after Palanchik retired the first 2 hitters, he's now allowed the next 3 to reach. And there's runners at the corners with 2 outs for the left fielder. Swing and a miss from LeBlanc. And the count's 0-1. Standing at third is Mike Cicchetto. He had an RBI double earlier on in the inning. And at first base is Marcel Lacasse, who just walked. This is a couple times Palanchik has had to shake off a few times before he liked what he saw. Now the ball hit on the ground at Tofflin. He's got it. Throw across the diamond. It's in time. And Palanchik and the Jackfish get out of it with only 1 run scored. The Jackfish coming to bat. Back at Welland Stadium as we get set for the bottom of the first. The leadoff man, Griffin Keller, is ready and he stands in the batter's box. First pitch to him, inside corner for a strike. The count's 0-1 on the mound today. For the Baycats is left-hander Andrew Greeter. He's got a 3-0 record this year with a 4.19 ERA. The 0-1. Breaking ball missed low, and it's 1-1. He's making his third start of the season, but his fifth total appearance. And he's pitched well his last 2 times out, earning the win in both of those outings. He's got a 1-1 count to the lefty Keller, and the pitch. Fouled away. And it's 1-2. The lefty Greeter will have quite a few left-handed hitters he gets to face on the Jackfish roster. So there's 5 lefties in the lineup today for Welland. The 1-2 in the air. Left field, LeBlanc coming in. He's got it. 1 out. Now we'll take a look at the Jackfish starting lineup after Griffin Keller's retired. So he is the leadoff man, and he's playing first base. Brandon Nicholson, the right fielder, bats second. Dane Toughlin plays third base and hits third. Matt Hildebrandt, the DH, bats fourth. Dennis Day Banning plays left field and hits fifth. Mike Wagner bats sixth. He's the shortstop. Eric Marriott plays center field, hits seventh. Andrew Mercier, the catcher, hits eighth. And Nolan Pettipiece plays second base and bats ninth. So this is the number 2 hitter, Brandon Nicholson, and he stands in and takes the first pitch for a strike. And it's 0-1. Way outside. The count evens at 1. Nicholson hitting .283 on the year, with 5 extra base hits on his ledger as well. The 1-1. Just outside. And it's 2-1. He also has more walks than strikeouts this year. He's only struck out 5 times on the season. 2-1 pitch, low and inside. Greeter kind of fell off the mound after that pitch. And he's well behind the number 2 hitter, Brandon Nicholson. 3-1 is hit into center field. It's sinking quickly. Coming on is Wilson, and he makes a running catch about waist high. And 2 are quickly retired by Greeter.
Third baseman, number 23, Dane Toughlin.
Now here's Dane Toughlin. He comes up to the plate after the game yesterday. He moved up in the batting race in the IBL, now sitting in sole possession of third place, as he's hitting .422 this year. The first pitch to him is a breaking ball that gets the outside edge. And Toughlin is behind 0-1. Taps the plate a couple times. Now he's set in the box. Greeter's got his sign. Set at the belt and the pitch. It's outside and high. The count's 1-1. It's always important as a pitcher to get ahead of a hitter like Toughlin, because we know great hitters like this do a lot of damage when ahead in counts. But it's even here. And the 1-1. Breaking ball, that stays high. And it's 2-1 to Toughlin. That one's fouled at the plate, held onto by the backstop, Plumpton. And the count's now 2-2 with 2 outs. It's 1-0 Baycats. We play bottom 1. That run was scored on an RBI double by the DH, Mike Cicchetto. Now Toughlin looking to get on. Here comes the 2-2. Swing and a foul off. The count remains at 2s. As I mentioned earlier, Welland sits in sole possession of third place after that win last night to the Toronto Maple Leafs. But they are just a half game up on Toronto. So with 2 games after this one, still anything can happen. The 2-2. Swing and a miss from Tofflin, and the inning is over. Greeter retires the side in order. We go to the top of the second. Baycats lead it 1-0.
Fans bottom of the first inning. The second inning.
We go to the top of the second,
First baseman,
and
number
leading off the
34,
inning is the
James
first
Anderson.
baseman, James Anderson. The regular first baseman for this Baycats team, Ryan Rio, is not in the lineup tonight after having a big game last night. And that one's inside. It sounded like it may have clipped him, but apparently not. And it's just a ball. It's 1-0. After Anderson will be the shortstop, Carson Burns, then the catcher, Tyler Plumpton. In that game yesterday, their starting first baseman, Ryan Rio, went 5 for 5. As that one's down low. He also recorded his 100th hit in the IBL. But he's not with the team today. So James Anderson gets the start over there at first base. He also is an outfielder for the Baycats. He's hitting .262 this year. 3 doubles, and he also has a triple to go with that. The 2-0 from Palanchik. Swing and a miss from Anderson, and it's 2-1. In the Maple Leafs Cardinals game, it's now 1-1 as they play in the bottom of the first. And that ball's outside. It's 3-1 now to the number 7 hitter, Anderson. He's ready in the box. And the 3-1 over the middle of the plate. A great job from Palanchik to get back in the count. And now it's full, and it's the third time we have seen a full count to this Baycats lineup. The 3-2 fouled away right off the end of the bat. Looked like Anderson was way out in front. And he fouled it straight back. The count is still full. And here comes another 3-2. Swing and a miss. His second strikeout of the ball game, and there's one out.
Shortstop, number 3, Carson Burns.
So he strikes out Anderson swinging. He also struck out Ando back in the first. So that's number 2 for Palanchik, and that'll bring up the shortstop, Carson Burns. Here comes the pitch to him, and it's skied. Tofflin moving over into foul territory, now going back towards the line, and he makes the catch. There's 2 outs quickly.
Catcher,
We go to the catcher,
44,
Tyler Plumpton.
Plumpton.
That'll serve Palanchik well if he can keep getting quick outs like that. He strikes out the first hitter, then on the first pitch to Burns, gets a pop-up. And here is the number 9 hitter, batting from the right side, doing the catching tonight for the Baycats. The first pitch to him. Just over the outside corner, called strike. And it's 0-1 as he gets ahead of the number 9 hitter. Something that's very important is you don't want to give the hitters low in the lineup any free bases. The 0-1's way outside. Mercier couldn't hang on to it. And the count is 1-1. Plumpton on the year hitting .250, playing in his 13th game for Barrie. The 1-1. It's inside. He doesn't even move out of the box, but it definitely missed off the plate in. And now he's behind once again. It's 2-1. After he stepped out, now he's back in. And a 2-1 pitch. In the air, center field. Marriott coming in for it. Still going, dives, and he makes the catch. A fantastic defensive play by Eric Marriott to finish off the top of the second. Now we go to the bottom half. The Baycats do lead it 1-0. Let's go to the bottom of the second inning now, and Matt Hildebrandt, the DH, comes up to the plate with Andrew Grider. Working in his second inning. He retired the side in order. He got Keller, Nicholson, and Tofflin quickly. And now he's got the 4, 5, 6 hitters in Hildebrandt, Dave Banning, and the shortstop Mike Wagner. So another lefty-on-lefty matchup for Grider. And the pitch to Hildebrandt, called a strike at the letters. And it's 0-1. Hildebrandt had a good night at the plate yesterday, driving in 3 Jackfish runs. The 0-1 pitch inside. It was a breaking ball. And it's 1-1. Of course, last night, the Jackfish were known as the Welland Roses for that charity initiative. Now back in their regular home whites. And that one's inside. But called a strike. It's 1-2. Grider likes what he sees from the sign. And he's ready on the mound. Here comes the 1-2. On the ground to the first baseman. He picks it, but it's in foul territory. A nice play over there by Anderson, but of course, he didn't have a play as it was foul. Dave Banning waits on deck. If anybody can reach base this inning, we'll see the center fielder Eric Marriott come to the plate after he made a great defensive play to end the last half inning. Another 1-2, up and in. It's 2-2. The infield today for the Baycats is Marcel Lacasse, Carson Burns, Royce Ando, and James Anderson from third to first. 2-2. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball. One down. The second strikeout of the day for Grider. And now we'll see the left fielder, Dennis Dave Banning, come to the plate. Also in the outfield, David LeBlanc plays in left field. Jake Wilson is the center fielder, and Avery Tuck plays in right field. Tyler Plumpton does the catching. First pitch to Dave Banning is outside, and it's 1-0. Dave Banning had a few consecutive days off. Now he's back in the lineup, looking to get on for the shortstop Wagner, and he rifles that one into the gap in center field, and it's going to get down. That ball's off the wall on a hop. Dave Banning motoring around first, heading for second. He stops there. And a one-out double for Dave Banning. And the Jackfish have a runner in scoring position. So the Baycats hit 2 doubles back in the first. Now the Jackfish have one of their own.
Mike Wagner.
Here comes Mike Wagner, the shortstop. This is his third consecutive game playing shortstop. He played second base when he first joined the team. But he can play either middle position, and he plays them well. As he takes a breaking ball to start him off outside, it's 1-0. I think that's the first time we've seen Grider start off a hitter with a breaking ball, and he missed with it. Wagner in a hitter's count, and the pitch slapped foul, third base side. Dave Banning, standing out at second base, does have some speed. Only one stolen base to his credit so far in 20 games. Counts 1-1 as the shortstop Burns creeps in behind the runner at second, and Grider steps off. Now he's set again on the rubber. He's got his sign, he's ready. Checks the runner once. Now looks back and delivers. Low and inside, it's 2-1. Wagner this year hitting .300 in 8 games. That's 30 at-bats. This is his 9th game in a Jackfish uniform, and he takes high. Now it's 3-1. When he first came over, he got off to a slow start, but then he really turned it on over the past 4 or 5 games. He's been swinging the bat well. He had 2 hits in yesterday's contest as well. And he hits this one back up the middle. Charging is Burns. He's going to pick it up, and he won't have a play. They're going to throw behind the runner at third. But Dave Banning is back easily. So an infield single for Wagner. And now there's runners at the corners.
Center fielder, number 9, Eric.
The ball wasn't hit sharply at all to Burns. And when he picked it up, he didn't have a chance to throw to first, but he made a heads-up play by looking at first and then throwing behind the runner at third. But he couldn't get him as Dave Banning was standing on the bag. So now here is the center fielder, Eric Marriott. He stands in with runners at the corners. That's Dave Banning at third, Wagner at first. First pitch to him, fouled away into the press box. That one came straight back our way. And it caught producer Brent Colomb. The crowd applauding him now. It came off the screen and deflected right into the box. Now the next pitch up. They're going to throw behind the runner at third, and he's safe. Wagner takes second. He'll be credited with the stolen base.
Everybody clap your hands.
That was a set play the Baycats had on right there in their first and third defense as he threw in behind Dave Banning. And again, heads up base running from the runner at third. 1-1 count. Marriott slashes it foul. That one won't come near the press box. And it's 1-2. Marriott has been struggling the past couple games, but we know his offensive prowess is there as he hit very well to start the year, and now he grounds one up the middle. Burns charges, bare hands, throw to first in time. What a play by Carson Burns, but chalk that up as an RBI for Marriott. And now there's 2 outs for the catcher, Andrew Mercier.
26, Andrew Mercier.
So a good at-bat from Marriott, as that was a tough 2-strike pitch, but he did a great job to get his bat on it and drive in a run. With the infield playing back, that's all you need to do. So now here is Andrew Mercier. He stands in to face the lefty. The first pitch to him is inside, almost hit him, but it's a ball. Mercier behind the plate today, playing for the first time in a while, as their regular catcher, Cole Warkin, along with shortstop Brendan Dadson, has moved on to the American Association. That one's low, and it's 2-0. Mercier's ready in the box for a 2-0 pitch from Greeter, and he hits it foul, wide of third base. That one was close to catching Wagner as he took his lead off, but it didn't, and it got foul. Mercier has not appeared in a game for the Fish since August 14th when they played Barrie here at the Pond. And he cracks this ball into center field. Jake Wilson striding over into the alley, and he makes the play to retire the side. But the Jackfish do score one on an RBI groundout from Eric Marriott. We go to the top of the third. It's 1-1. Top of the
Leading
third
off
we
the
go.
third inning for the Baycats, center fielder Jake Wilson.
And we go back to the top of the order for Jake Wilson. Royce Ando on deck. Avery Tuck will also hit in this inning. He bats third in the lineup, and he will hit third this inning. And that ball's popped up on the infield. Tofflin coming in towards the mound, and he makes the catch. One pitch, one out for Palanchik.
Second baseman
And he's been
Royce Ando.
pretty good so far. That's his 36th pitch of the day. So a quick inning here will do him wonders to keep that pitch count down. Wilson stepping in. He flew out to left field his first time up. That ball was caught by Dave Banning out in the alley. The count's 1-0. Next pitch from Palanchik. It's down low. That ball bounces in the dirt. And it's 2-0 now. So after retiring the first hitter on one pitch, he falls behind the number 2 hitter, 2-0. Here's the offering. Fouled away, and it's 2-1.
By camera.
Looking at the out-of-town scoreboard in Major League Baseball, the Toronto Blue Jays started a big series tonight. And now there's something going on in the crowd as play was stopped for a moment. And the count's 2-1. As I was saying, the Blue Jays are playing the Athletics right now in the bottom of the fourth. They are losing 2-0. In this game, we're tied at 1. And there's one out in the top of the third, and a 3-1 count to the second baseman, Ando. Here comes the 3-1. Fouled away. That ball's close to coming up in the box. And everybody up here is on edge now. As the first one came in. Now that one's foul on the ground. It has a lot of English on it, but it stays foul. That one was cued off the end of the bat, and it was rolling up the line. It looked like it may spin back into fair territory. And if that happened, Ando hadn't even left the box yet. So he would have been retired. But it was a foul ball, and the count remains 3-2. Here comes a full count offering. Check swing. Bounce toward Palanchik. He's got it. He flips it underhand. And there's 2 out.
Right fielder Avery Tuck.
Now here comes Avery Tuck, the right fielder. He doubled and scored back in the first inning. He was a part of those back-to-back doubles as he hit one into left field to get on. And then the next hitter, DH, Mike Cicchetto, who's standing on deck right now, hit another double. That scored him. That one also went to left field. The first pitch of this at-bat in the third is outside. And it's 1-0. 2 outs, top of the third. And the 1-0 pitch. Fouled away. And the count's 1-1. I was just talking about the Blue Jays game as they were losing 2-0. Now the game is tied at 2 as Teoscar Hernandez hit a 2-run home run. 1 ball, 1 strike to Tuck, and he fouls it back once again. That's twice he's fouled the ball straight back in this at-bat. So you know that means he's right on it. Just getting a little underneath the baseball right now. Palanchik ahead 1-2. Peers in for the sign. Now he's got it. Here comes the pitch. It's outside. Bounced off the glove of Mercier. And the count's even at 2-2. So after the Baycats took a 1-0 lead in the first, the Jackfish came back to tie it in the bottom half of the second on an RBI ground out from Eric Marriott. The 2-2 to Tuck. In on his hands, and it's popped into left field. Dave Banning moving over towards the foul line, and he makes the catch to end the inning. 3 up, 3 down for Palanchik. We go to the bottom of the third.
Reminder.
The second baseman, Nolan Pettipe, stands in the box to lead off the bottom of the third against the starter for the Baycats, Andrew Grider. After Pettipe, we go back to the top of the lineup in Griffin Keller, and then Brandon Nicholson will see an at-bat. The 0-1, that one's outside. Pettipe had a massive game last night, the hero in that win. He had 5 RBIs. And he takes one inside. It's a ball, and it's 2-1. Pettipe's for the year is hitting down in the 260s, but over his last 5 games, he's been hitting 285, so the bat's starting to come around. And he takes one over the outside edge. For a strike, it's 2-2. And of course, he's going to be seeing a lot more playing time as we move forward into the postseason, because of the subtraction of Brendan Dadson. He takes a breaking ball outside, and it's 3-2 now to Pettipe, trying to get on base any way he can so the Fish can get back to the top of the order. The full count pitch. Pettipe throws his bat at it and fouls it away down the right field line, but he stays alive, and the count remains 3-2. Long look into the catcher by Grider. And here comes the pitch. Breaking ball hit on the ground to Burns. He comes in, short hop, throw on the run, and he beat it. Pettipe was busting it down the line, and he beat the throw from Carson Burns. It would have taken a great play to retire him, and he just couldn't get the ball out of his glove and make a good throw on time. So an infield single for Pettipe, and now we do go back to the top of the order in Griffin Keller. That's 2 times we've seen an infield single to the shortstop. Mike Wagner had one back in the second. Keller getting his second at-bat, and he hits it foul past first base coach Pat Casey. Keller flew out into left field his first time up. That was a part of that 1-2-3 first inning for Grider. Pettipe takes his lead off of first. The 1-strike pitch. Keller hits it on the ground to Burns once again. He gloves it. Flip the second one. Back to first. A double play. So after Pettipies reached on an infield single to Burns, another ball is hit right at the shortstop. This time,
Right fielder,
hit a lot
13,
firmer.
Brandon
And it was a
Nicholson.
tailor-made double play for the Baycats defense. Now here's Brandon Nicholson. He flew out to center field in his first chance, and he takes a pitch high. The count's 1-0, 2 outs in the bottom of the third. And the pitch fouled away. So Nicholson hits with 2 outs and nobody on base after the double play erased Pettipies. The count's 1-1 to the right fielder. A breaking ball is missed way outside. It's 2-1. Seen that a few times from Grider already in this outing. He hasn't had great control of his breaking pitches as he's missed outside to righties quite a bit. That one was a fastball right over the outside edge. And he's back even in the count now at 2-2. Tie ball game, bottom of the third. The 2-2 pitch to Nicholson. Breaking ball once again misses outside. And the count runs full. It's 3-2. After that last pitch, you see Grider kind of take a walk around the mound, trying to get a feel for his pitches. Here comes the 3-2. Nicholson takes down low in the dirt for ball 4. And now Tofflin will come up to the plate with a runner at first. And it's always beneficial to get on base any way you can ahead of
Third baseman, number
your best hitter,
23,
to give him a chance to drive somebody in and give him a chance to at least hit with somebody on base. So Nicholson takes his lead. Off of first, it's not big as he doesn't know the move yet from the lefty Grider. And the lefty does pour one over the outside corner. And he's ahead 0-1. The next pitch to Tofflin, and it's way outside. Great catch by Plumpton as he had to reach all the way into that left-handed batter's box to stab that one. The runner Nicholson at first has 9 stolen bases this year, so he will run. And this is possibly a running time as well, and there he's going towards second. The throw down, and it's not in time. So a great jump from Nicholson as he went on the first move of Grider, and he stole it easily. And I say that was a good time to run, because if he does go and gets thrown out, then it's okay. You have your best hitter in Tofflin leading off the fourth. Now there's a runner in scoring position for him, and Tofflin sits in a 2-1 count. The pitch, another breaking ball misses outside, and it's 3-1. 2 outs, a base open, and a lefty waiting on deck. You may see them pitch around Tofflin here. The 3-1 pitch inbound, and it misses low. That's ball 4, so they did walk him, and here comes the designated hitter, Matt Hildebrand.
The designated
So the
hitter,
second straight
number
walk
39, Matt
for Grider.
Hildebrand.
And now Hildebrand is going to get a chance to hit with 2 runners out there. The runner at second, Nicholson, and the runner at first, Tofflin. Hildebrand has 28 home runs, or 28 RBIs, on the season. 7 home runs. And that pitch was a strike, but it may have been a cross-up between Plumpton and Grider, as right after that pitch he called time and went out to talk to his starter. But it was over for a strike, so Hildebrand down in the count early. And here comes the 0-1. That's inside. Hildebrand bends out of the way. And the count evens at 1. With runners on, Grider is working a little bit more slowly between pitches, very deliberate to the plate. And there goes both runners. The double steal is on, and the pitch is in the dirt. They picked a great pitch to run on, and both of them move up. So after Nicholson stole second in the Tofflin at-bat, now he steals third, and there's 2 runners in scoring position for a good RBI man in Hildebrand. The 2-1 pitch to the lefty. Swing and a miss. That pitch was inside. But he got him to chase, and it's 2-2. So in this game, Nicholson has his 10th and 11th stolen bases. And he stands just 90 feet away from giving the Fish a lead. Pitch to Hildebrand in the dirt. A great block by Plumpton, as that ball bounced out in front of home plate and took a high hop. But he did a great job to deaden it in front of him and not allow the base runners to go anywhere. Now it's a full count to Hildebrand. And the pitch, a breaking ball, swing and a miss. They got to finish this strikeout, throw over to first, and it's in time. The inning is over. The Jackfish get 2 on, get 2 into scoring position, but can't score them. We go to the top of the 4th, still tied at 1.
Like the Welland Jackfish, when Jackfish staff behind second. Chichetto.
Back at the pond, as I'm Brendan Lang with you today. And the game is tied at 1 as we go to the top of the 4th, and the DH, Mike Chichetto, starts off the inning, and the first pitch is inside. He had to bend out of the way. And it's 1-0. The next pitch to Chichetto. He swings and misses and fouls it off the catcher, Mercier. And home plate umpire Sean Schaefer is going to dust off the plate, give some time to the catcher after he wore that foul ball. It's a 1-1 count to Chichetto. He doubled home a run in his last at-bat back in the first inning. And the 1-1 pitch is outside and low. It's now 2-1. On that play, Dave Banning came charging in for the ball, and he dove and made a terrific attempt, and it just went off the end of his glove for a hit. 2-1 pitch is inside. Now it's 3-1.
Josh was asking me to play a specific song. I can't see, you know where it is or what it is?
Palanchik working in the fourth. He's been one of the top starters on the Fish all season long.
Just tell me what it is and I'll look.
3-1. Taken over the outside corner. Chichetto didn't love that one
That's what you said.
as he asks the home plate umpire if that's as far as he'll go. But now he gets back in the box, and he's ready for a full count pitch. Hits it on the ground. Wagner comes in. He's got it. Throw over to first. One gone. So Chichetto retired. He's now 1 for 2. And here comes the third baseman, Marcel Lacasse. Reached base on a walk his last time, but couldn't get past first base. Standing on deck with one out is the left fielder, David LeBlanc. So Lacasse ready in the left-handed batter's box, and the pitch from Palanchik is swung on and missed. He's ahead, 0-1. Palanchik's got his sign. The 0-1. Over the outside corner. He's way ahead now. It's 0-2. For Lacasse this year, hitting in the number 5 spot. He's authored a .293 batting average in 23 games. And that one's taken right over the outside corner. A perfectly placed fastball for the second out of the inning and the third strikeout of the night for Palanchik. The first two swinging. Now he records a looking strikeout. And there's 2 outs for the left fielder, David LeBlanc.
Got it. Yeah, I know I couldn't see if it's it.
He hits one into center field. It's going to get down for a base hit. Marriott over to cut it off in the alley. He gets it back in quickly to hold LeBlanc to a single. Palanchik was trying to throw his third consecutive 1-2-3 inning, but LeBlanc spoiled that as he hit one into center field. So he reaches for the first time today. And now here comes the first baseman, James Anderson. Long hold, now he picks off to first. LeBlanc back in easily. That was a pretty sizable lead over there. So a good job by Palanchik to pick off. Now the first pitch to Anderson is swung on and missed. So after that first inning, Palanchik has done a much better job of getting ahead of these Baycats hitters. Anderson takes a long look down at third before he's ready to face the 0-1. Another pickoff, and he threw it a little wide of the mark, but a great athletic play by Keller over there at the bag to make sure that one didn't get up the line. And with this foul territory in Welland, that could have been a 2-base error. Pretty big lead over there at first. And he's running, but it's fouled away at the plate. That one makes its way onto the right field berm. And now he's way ahead in the count. It's 0-2. So LeBlanc moving on that pitch. He has 4 stolen bases so far. And another long look down at the third base coach as he checks to see if there's a play on. The number 7 hitter and first baseman ready for an 0-2 pitch. Runner going again. That's a breaking ball. Just missed inside. No throw from the catcher, Mercier, as he takes second easily, his 5th stolen base on the year. That pitch looked like it caught the inside corner, but it must have just bent around the dish. Another big lead off of second now. Comes the 1-2. That one's low. And it's 2-2. So LeBlanc really trying to get into the head of Palanchik as he steals second, now taking a big lead out there. Wagner keeps creeping in a little closer. Palanchik, long look. But he goes to the plate, and that one's down. It's 3-2. Good block by Mercier. And you see the runner playing mind games as Palanchik jumped ahead of this hitter. And now he's been thinking about that base runner out there. And he's let Anderson go all the way back in the count. It's now full. Pitching out of the stretch. And here comes a 3-2. Runner on the move, and it's thrown wide. The runner will only move up 90 feet. Because he was running on the pitch, but on that wild pitch he would have advanced anyways. So now there's going to be runners at the corners with 2 outs as Andrew Mercier goes and talks to his battery mate Palanchik as they try to get on the same page. That pitch was fired wide of the mark. It wasn't anywhere close to the strike zone. So now he's got the left-handed hitting shortstop, Carson Burns. Last time through, he popped up to Tofflin in foul territory. Looking for a similar result here as he throws one outside. It's 1-0. Runners at the corners. LeBlanc standing at third. Anderson over there at first. The Jackfish crowd trying to edge on their team. The 1-0 pitch, socked in the air, right field into the gap. Nicholson running, and he won't get there. It bounces off the wall. One runs across to score. Anderson coming around as well. The relay to third. The throw is not in time. And a 2-out RBI, 2 RBI triple for Carson Burns.
Catcher Tyler Plumpton.
You could tell off the crack of the bat that it was hit pretty well. Nicholson had a long way to go, and he almost got there. But the ball just fell past his outstretched glove. And now the Baycats own a 3-1 lead. As Burns drives in his 16th and 17th runs on the year. So there's still a runner at third, but there's 2 out. And the number 9 hitter Plumpton at the dish, and he takes one over for strike 1. And this is something we saw back in the first inning as well. Palanchik retired the first 2 hitters quickly. And then had the next few reach. But he can still get out of it, minimizing the damage as he faces the number 9 hitter. The 0-1. That's a breaking ball. Called a ball. It looked like the home plate umpire was about to call it a strike, but then he thought twice. And now the count's 1-1. Plumpton hit a ball into center field his first time up, and a dazzling defensive play by Marriott retired him. The 1-1 pitch in the air, left field. Dave Banning backing up just in front of the warning track. He squeezes it to end the inning. So the Baycats do score twice on a 2 RBI triple from Carson Burns. They now lead at 3-1 as we go to the bottom of the 4th. Welcome back inside Welland Stadium. We move to the bottom of the fourth inning, and we'll take a more in-depth look at the matchup here tonight. The Jackfish with a 14-13 record sit in third place. The Baycats own a 12-16 record sitting in fifth. But they are only 2.5 games behind Welland for the third place spot, as the middle of the IBL standings are jam-packed. Now, after making the catch to retire the side last inning, Dennis Day Banning will get a chance to lead off. Mike Wagner hits after him, and then Eric Marriott will get a shot. He takes outside. He's ahead 2-0. On the year, Welland has got the best of Barrie, as they've beat them 3 times and only suffered 1 loss. That one's fouled away. Off the light post and back into play. A 1 in a million shot. And it's strike 1. Checking out the IBL out-of-town scoreboard, the Hamilton Cardinals hosting the Toronto Maple Leafs lead them 6-3. And a closely contested game in London going on right now, as the Brantford Red Sox and the Majors are tied at 1 in the top of the fourth. So now it's a 3-1 count to Day Banning. And here comes the pitch. That one grazes the outside edge. And it's strike 2. 3-2 now, as Day Banning digs back in. And the 3-2 pitch from the lefty. Swing and a miss. Day Banning down on strikes. And that's the 4th strikeout of the game for Grider. All 4 strikeouts have been swinging.
The shortstop, number 15, Mike
So he's
Wagner.
got his put-away pitches working. And now here comes Mike Wagner, the shortstop, standing in against the lefty, and he takes one inside. It's ball 1. His last time he hit a ball to the shortstop, Burns, and he couldn't make a play. He reached on an infield single. And now he hits it to the second baseman, Ando. He throws it to first, and there's 2 out. Quickly, as Grider continues to mow through this order. The first baseman, Anderson, came off the bag looking to field the baseball,
Marriott.
and then was called off by Ando as he picked it up and then had to wait for the first baseman to retreat back to the bag before he could make the throw, but they still beat the runner. And there's 2 outs and nobody on base for the center fielder, Eric Marriott. If Marriott can find a way on, the man who would come up is the catcher, Andrew Mercier. Pitch to Marriott, and it drilled him in the back. You could hear the thud from all the way up in the press box. And a painful way to get on base. But he's there. If you remember in last night's game, Marriott was hit with the bases loaded. That forced home a run in the 8th. So that's back-to-back games Marriott's been plunked. And now, here is the catcher, Andrew Mercier. In his first at-bat, he hit a fly ball into center field. And he was retired, hitting 133 in only 12 games this year. As I mentioned, this is his first game action since the 14th against Barrie. First pitch to him is down low for a ball. And the count's 1-0. Marriott can steal some bases over there, as we've seen in the latter portion of this season. The Jackfish really like to run. And Mercier fights one off foul out of play down the left field line. Marriott has 12 stolen bases this year. The 1-1. There goes Marriott. Breaking ball. The throw into second. It's not in time. Marriott takes it with ease as he picked on the right pitch. It was a breaking ball, and it took a while to get to the catcher Plumpton, and he really had no chance of throwing out Marriott. So his 13th stolen base, he now stands at second, and Mercier shoots a ball through the hole. Marriott getting the wave around third. Here he comes to the plate, the throw, and it is in time. He's tagged out. And the score will remain 3-1. So a great throw from the left fielder LeBlanc as he cut down Marriott, trying to score the Jackfish second run of the game. We now go to the top of the fifth. Baycats lead it 3-1.
Behind Ryan, or in front of Ryan.
The leadoff man, Jake Wilson, comes up to the plate to lead off this fifth inning. And usually, as the leadoff hitter, you only lead off once per game. But this is actually his third time leading off an inning. He's 0 for 2, and he fouls one into the seats. The count's now 1-1. He flew out to left field back in the first, and then he popped up to the third baseman Tofflin in inning number 3. He's having a great offensive season so far, and he takes a pitch outside. It's 2-1. He swings and misses. Had an off-speed pitch from Palanchik, and now it's 2-2. Palanchik wanting to work quickly as he gets that ball back. He stands tall on the rubber and waits for Wilson to get back in the box. Both are now ready. Here comes a 2-2. Inside. And it's 3-2. The Baycats have done a great job at really grinding out at-bats against Palanchik, as that's 6 or 7 full counts we've seen so far today. And he fouls one straight off the mask of Mercier. Once again, the umpire will give him some time to regroup. And Wilson was right on that fastball. He just fouled it back. Still 3-2. Palanchik shakes. Now he's got his sign. Here comes the offering. Slash down the line, foul. The ball was hit pretty hard, but well foul as it went into that protective netting down by the bleachers on the third base side. Still a full count, and here comes the pitch. Fouled once again. This time over our heads and into the parking lot here at the pond. The umpire's got a fresh batch of baseballs now. And it's still 3-2. Nobody out in the top of the 5th. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. It was tipped but held onto by Mercier. And Palanchik sets down the leadoff hitter, Wilson. So that's 4 strikeouts for Palanchik.
Second baseman Royce Ando.
And here comes the second baseman, Royce Ando. The first pitch to him, breaking ball, and it's in there for a strike. Counts 0-1. Ando is 0 for 2. He's struck out and bounced out. And he hits one up the middle. Palanchik gets a glove on it, knocks it down. Then he picks it up and throws it to first. And there's 2 outs. That's the second time Palanchik has induced a ground ball right back at him off the bat of Royce Ando. The first one was hit much more softly, and it was an easier play. That one was sharply hit up the middle, but he had great reactions to knock the ball down. So now the number 3 hitter, Avery Tuck, and he hits a ball. The first baseman, Keller, over. He's got it, and he steps on the bag himself to finish the inning. Palanchik gets the 1, 2, 3 hitters in order, and now we go to the bottom of the 5th. Jackfish trail 3-1.
Second baseman, number 4, Nolan Pettipies.
Nolan Pettipies comes up to the plate to lead off the home half of the fifth for the Jackfish. He was waiting on deck last inning when Mercier hit a ball into left field, and Marriott was cut down at the plate. That one's outside. It's 2-0 to Pettipies. And his first time up, he hit a ball to shortstop and reached on an infield single. And then he was erased on the double play. That one's way outside, and it's 3-0. And you'd probably expect the take sign on here with the number 9 hitter at the plate.
Sale until the end of the 7th inning.
Pettipies awaiting a 3-0. And that one misses outside again. It's ball 4. He walked him on 4 pitches. So a good at-bat from Pettipies. And now we go back to the top of the lineup card in Griffin Keller. But before that, we're going to have a meeting on the mound. And everybody is in to talk to the pitcher except for the first baseman, James Anderson. They've dispersed now. And we'll get back into the action. The Baycats lead 3-1. They scored once in the first and twice in the fourth. The Jackfish have their lone run back in the second inning. So now Keller to the plate, Nicholson to follow. And the pitch. Hit on the ground. The second baseman, Ando, picks it up, throwing to second one, and that's all they were ever going to get. Still a risky play by Ando to throw it into second. I thought his only play was going to be at first.
13, Brandon
But he did a great job at turning his body and firing a strike to Burns to get the lead runner. So Pettipies out on the fielder's choice. Keller reaches at first. And that first one is inside. It's ball 1. Keller taking his lead. Nicholson, the righty, ready in the box. Pitch to him, hit up the middle. Ando picks it up. Flip the second one. Back to first. A double play. So another double play hit into by the Jackfish offense, and they can't muster up anything against the starter greeter. We now go to the top of the 6th, 3-1 Baycats.
What do we have here, Josh? for Barrie. Designated hitter Mike Cicchetto.
Mike Cicchetto, the DH, will lead off the top of the 6th inning as this game is flying right by. And Cicchetto takes the first pitch for strike one. This game going quickly after we played a long one last night in a 15-9 win over the Maple Leafs. The next one to Cicchetto dropped in for a strike, and it's 0-2. Palanchik looking over his glove for the sign. He's got it now. Rocks and delivers. A breaking ball, called a ball. And everybody in the ballpark, including Palanchik and Mercier, thought they had strike three. But it's ball one. Palanchik still ahead in the count at 1-2. And the pitch. That one's outside. Now the count's even at 2. So Cicchetto, 1 for 2. Today's grounded out to third base and hit a double in the left field. And now he chops one on the ground. Wagner charging. Throw on the run is in time. And there's one away.
Third baseman.
Wagner's looked very strong at shortstop. That's twice we've seen him make a play like that, where he had to charge in and make a throw on the run, and he's executed both of them to perfection. So after Cicchetto is retired, 6-3, here comes the third baseman, Marcel Lacasse. He's 0 for 1. He's also walked and struck out back in the 4th. That pitch catches the outside edge. And Palanchik jumps ahead 0-1. Jumping ahead of the second hitter he's seen in this inning. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. He took something off of that one. And Lacasse was fooled. And once again, Palanchik sits way up in the count. He's ahead 0-2. The 2-strike pitch. Swing and a miss. Lacasse down on strikes. Palanchik's 5th strikeout of the game.
And that is 5 strikeouts, 5 free wins.
And of course,
for everyone in attendance tonight, courtesy
as
of
you probably just heard
Pizza.
from the voice of the Welland Jackfish, Rod Mahood, that's 5 free wings, courtesy of Angelina's Pizza for everybody in the ballpark.
LeBlanc.
Now here's David LeBlanc. He takes the first one over for a strike. And it's 0-1. He's 1 for 2 today as well. He singled, stole a base, and scored back in the 4th. And he swings and misses on a high fastball. He couldn't catch up to the velocity. And now it's 0-2, and Palanchik has got ahead 0-2 to every hitter he's faced here in the 6th. See if he can finish him off quickly. And that one skied up in the air. Mercier, the catcher, will give it a look. Well, that will get well foul into the stands. And the count will hold at 0-2. Palanchik gets a new baseball, rubs it up behind the rubber. Then gets ready to go. Another 0-2 pitch. Check swing. No, he didn't go. As Palanchik was off the field, thinking that it was going to be a called strike. But he didn't get it. And now he's going to take a walk around the mound to regroup his thoughts. And now he's ready to go again. The 1-2 pitch. It's outside. It's 2-2. Palanchik having another solid outing. 5 2/3 in the book so far. And the 2-2. Hit in the air. Keller backing up at the edge of the grass. And he makes the catch in foul ground. And the inning is over. So Palanchik is through 6. The Baycats lead it 3-1. Dane Tofflin comes up to the plate to start off the bottom of the 6th, and he'll face a new arm out of that Baycats bullpen. It's the right-hander, Evan Souls. First pitch into the game for Souls is popped up into foul territory, but it'll get out of play. Anderson gave it a look, but it was well fouled.
Catch by the youngster in town from Jordan tonight.
Souls on the year has a .270 ERA. He's made one start, but he's primarily a reliever. It's his 9th appearance. He has 11 strikeouts. As Tofflin hits one on the ground, Lacoste boots it. He picked it up and threw it across, but it wasn't close to get Tofflin.
Clap your hands.
And he will reach on an E5.
Check it out, y'all.
The ball was hit right at the third baseman. It was hit hard, and he had some trouble gloving it. So the Jackfish catch a break, and we'll see if they can come through with some runners on base, as here comes the big man, Matt Hildebrandt. Tofflin standing over at first, not a big lead. Pitch from Souls in there for a strike. One note on Souls, he has the stuff to strike out batters, but he also walks a lot of hitters as well, as he has the same amount of strikeouts as he does walks on the year. Tofflin bounces off of first, and the pitch is broken in for a strike. And it's 0-2 to Hildebrandt. Here comes the 0-2. Fouled away at the plate. Hildebrandt struck out his last time up in the 3rd. That was on a ball in the dirt. And Plumpton completed that strikeout. He also struck out back in the 2nd. So looking to put his bat on the ball and get one in play. Checks his swing, and that pitch is high. So the count's now 1-2. Tofflin looked like he was raring to go out there at first, but he couldn't quite time up the righty. So he stays put. The next one's inside. Hildebrandt gets out of the way. Of course, Tofflin leading the team in pretty much every offensive category, and stolen bases is no exception, as he has 16 stolen bases this year. 2-2 count to Hildebrandt. And there goes Tofflin for second, but the pitch is fouled away. The catcher, Plumpton, didn't know where it was as he looked skyward, but it was fouled back to the screen. Tofflin was moving on the pitch, but of course, with 2 strikes, the batter needs to protect the plate. So the count's still even at 2. 3-1 our score. We play in the bottom of the 6th. Nobody out. Dane Tofflin stands at first base. The 2-2 on the ground, and it's foul. The first base umpire said that ball was just wide of first base as it was rolled up the line off the bat of Hildebrandt. He got jammed. And it was close, but ultimately ruled a foul ball. So that means the count stays at 2-2. Hildebrandt trying to put a ball in play, and he hits it into left field. That ball's going to get foul into the Jackfish bullpen. As Hildebrandt continues to battle at the plate, not wanting to be set down on strikes for the 3rd time. Now the pitcher's set, glove at the belt. Tofflin goes for second. That pitch over the inside corner. It's strike 3 called. Hildebrandt goes down. But on the play, Tofflin moves into second base with a stolen base.
Number 6, Dennis
His 17th this year. So mark that down as a strikeout looking on a pitch that was very borderline. could have gone either way. Hildebrandt wasn't impressed with the call. But there is one out and a runner at scoring position for Dave Banning. And he fouls one away. That got in his kitchen. And now he's down 0-1. Dave Banning, 1 for 2. Hit a double in the second inning. And then also he has struck out in this one. Looking to get that run in from second. The 0-1. That one's way outside. It bounced in. Great block by Plumpton. As it was almost in the other batter's box. And he slid over, dropping to his knees to keep the ball in front and keep Toffland at second base. There goes Toffland for third. The pitch is in there, and it is not in time. Toffland steals another base, his 18th on the season.
Okay, basically, just make contact.
And when he was moving, I said the pitch was in there. That was incorrect. The ball was called high for a ball to Dave Banning. And it's 2-1. Infield back. A ground ball will get a run home unless it's hit right at the third baseman. Dave Banning takes it outside, but it's called a strike. And it's 2-2. The Fish have had runners on all night, but just have had trouble cashing them in. We'll see if it can happen here. The 2-2. That one's way outside. We're going to go full to Dave Banning. And in this situation, you really need to make sure you get a ball in play. The 3-2. And he pops it up. Well foul. That one will get out of play. The lone Jackfish run was scored on an RBI ground out. And a ground ball would do the same trick in this situation with one out. 3-2. And the pitch. Check swing, no swing. That one's outside. It's ball 4. Dave Banning walks.
Shortstop,
And now,
number 15,
here comes the
Mike
shortstop, Mike Wagner. Now, if there is any silver lining to losing Dave Banning for the Baycats, is now the double play is in order. First pitch is way upstairs to Wagner. And Souls falls behind 1-0.
You're right.
Dave Banning at first, Toffland standing at third. The 1-0. In the air, right field. Definitely deep enough to score a run as Tuck makes the play. Toffland tags from third. The throw comes into second. And a sac fly for Wagner brings the Jackfish one closer. It's now 3-2.
Center fielder, number 9,
That was just what they needed to get that run in from third. On the play, Tuck threw it into second, which meant Dave Banning stayed over there at first. We'll see if he tries to steal a base in this situation. First pitch to Marriott is up high above the letters. It's 1-0. One-0 count and the pitch. This one ripped to the second baseman, Ando. But it was right at him, and he made the catch to end the inning. But the Jackfish do push one across. They're now down by 1. It's 3-2 Baycats.
We saw this. Leading off the inning for the Baycats, first baseman James Anderson.
Here comes James Anderson. He's the 7th hitter in the lineup, but he's leading off the 7th inning. Carson Burns to follow, and then the catcher Plumpton will get a shot. Palanchik still out there as he pitches into the 7th inning. And he's been very effective, only allowing 3 runs through 6 full. And that one blown past Anderson for strike 1. In Palanchik's last outing, he also went 6 innings, so he's trying to one-up himself here. The next pitch to Anderson, shot down the line, it's foul. And now that's twice he's been late on a Palanchik fastball, and you would have to think he's going to stick with that pitch here. See, 1-2 count to Anderson. The pitch, fastball. Might have been a breaking ball, actually, but it bends outside. And it's 2-2 now to Anderson. He's walked and struck out, so he's officially 0 for 1. That one, sky-high pop-up. Mercier, the catcher, moving over towards the dugout, and he reaches down. He can't make the play. Always a very difficult situation for a catcher when that ball's popped straight up behind the plate. You have a lot of things to worry about. You got the wall, you got to get rid of your mask, and so many factors come into play. And Mercier couldn't make the catch, so the count stays at 2-2. Here comes another pitch. Breaking ball, bounce to Tofflin. Big hop. He's got it. Throw on to first. It's in time. 1 out. That one was bounced right in front of home plate and was a perfect Sunday hop for the third baseman. And he made an easy play of it. Today in batting practice, we saw Tofflin and Keller really working together on those throws across the diamond as Palanchik misses outside. In the game yesterday, Keller was called twice for coming off the bag. And in batting practice, you saw Tofflin over there helping him out with his footwork around the base. And that pitch is outside. It's 2-0. And Keller has done a great job playing first base this year, but you do remember, he is an outfielder by trade. The 2-0. Just missed outside. And it's 3-0 as the Jackfish bullpen starts to move, and that's Eric Hagedorn getting loose. Palanchik pours one over the outside, and he's back in the count now. It's 3-1. The 3-1. In on his hands, and he popped it up. Wagner backing up into the outfield, now called off by Dave Banning, and he comes in and makes the catch. 2 outs. As Palanchik continues to pitch well against this Baycat offense. Tyler Plumpton, the catcher, steps up to the plate. Palanchik pitching with 2 outs in the 7th. This will be his 107th pitch of the game, and he gets his man to swing through it for strike 1. So he's thrown a lot of pitches, but he's been effective. The 0-1 to Plumpton. Inside. And it looked to hit him, but I think that went off the glove of Mercier. That was the audible sound that you heard. And the count's 1-1 as Hagedorn continues to crank it up in the Jackfish pen. 1-1. Breaking ball just missed. You could tell Palanchik wanted that one, but he didn't get it. He's now behind 2-1. That one is definitely over the outside edge, and he's back even now, 2-2. And it would be a great shot of confidence, not only for Palanchik, but for the entire Jackfish team, if he can walk off the mound with his teammates here in the 7th. The 2-2, fouled away. Count remains at 2-2.
Keep the crowd going, Lord.
Palanchik stands behind the mound now. Gets a feel for the new baseball after the last one was fouled into the crowd. Another 2-2. That one hit on the ground. Tofflin got a glove on it, but he couldn't pick it up cleanly. And Plumpton's going to reach it first.
Center fielder Jake Wilson.
That was a tough play for Tofflin, but will still probably go down as an E5. He was moving to his left and able to get a glove on it. And with the catcher running, you think he probably had a shot, but still not an easy play to make. And now there's a runner at first with 2 out. That one's over the outside corner. To the leadoff man, Jake Wilson. Palanchik's handled Wilson very effectively today. He's 0 for 3 in this game. And he's one of the best hitters in that Baycat lineup. 0-1. In the air left field. Dave Banning on the run. Now he stops and makes the catch to end the inning. So Palanchik gets out of it after one gets on, and he gets through 7 full. We go to the bottom of the 7th now. The Jackfish still trail 3-2.
Please. Catcher number 26,
Andrew Mercier coming up to the dish to lead off the 7th inning. Jackfish down by 1 as we move into the back half of this one. And the first pitch to Mercier's hit into left field. Coming in a few steps is the left fielder LeBlanc.
The second
1 pitch,
baseman, number
1 out.
4, Nolan Pettapiece.
He made pretty good contact on that one, but it was right at the left fielder. Now here's the number 9 hitter and second baseman, Nolan Pettapiece. Waiting on deck is Griffin Keller. 1-0 count to Pettapiece. Here's the pitch. That one got the outside, and it's 1-1. So Palanchik probably done after that inning as Hagedorn continues to warm in the bullpen. And Pettapiece flares a ball into right field that's going to get down. And he's on at first base with a single.
Your first baseman, number 24.
So the second hit of the day
Keller.
for Pettipies. He's 2 for 2. He's also walked, so he's been on base all 3 times. He's been up to the plate. That one not hit especially hard, but sometimes it's not how hard you hit it, it's where you hit it. And that one just dumped into right field. So now he's at first, and Griffin Keller, the left-handed hitter, steps up to the plate. And he takes the first pitch and shoots it down the line, and that ball's going to hook foul. He hit a missile down the right field line, but his timing was just a little off as he was a bit out in front, and it's strike one. Souls in his second inning of work out of the bullpen. The 0-1. Breaking ball just missed outside. It's 1-1. Pettipies has no stolen bases, and this isn't a situation you'd see a stolen base anyways. And that one's inside. Called a strike to Keller. And it's 1-2. With 1 out, we play in the bottom of the 7th. And the pitch from Souls, that one misses outside. He waited quite a while to deliver that pitch as he got his sign and he was set for about 4 or 5 seconds before he delivered it home to Keller. Here's the 2-2. That's a breaking ball that bounces in. And it's a ball. Now, with a full count and 1 out, Keller, not a guy that strikes out a lot. You might see the runner on the move here. And there he goes towards second, and Keller again rips a ball. That's going to get foul onto the right field berm.
Everybody clap your hands.
So Pettipies was moving on the pitch.
Come on, y'all. Check it out,
And
y'all.
that's because Keller doesn't strike out much, and if he does put a ball in play on the ground, he'll stay out of the double play. Pettipies had a late break, but it doesn't matter, as Keller walks, and now there's 2 runners on with 1 out in the bottom of the 7th for Brandon Nicholson. So Keller reaches for the second time, but he does not have a hit. He's reached on a fielder's choice and now on a walk, as there's going to be a mound visit. Evan Souls will get talked to by the pitching coach, Brad Grieveson. So the home plate umpire, Sean Schaefer, goes out to break up the mound visit, as there is action in the Baycats bullpen.
Right fielder,
Not entirely
13,
sure who that is
Brandon
throwing down there right now.
Nicholson.
We will try to find out for you as Brandon Nicholson comes up with 1 runner in scoring position. That's Nolan Pettipies. Standing at first after walking is Keller. The first offering to him is on the outside corner. It's strike 1. The first baseman, Anderson, is playing in front of the runner, Griffin Keller, at first base. Now a spin move back to second. And Pettipies gets back easily. Nicholson twirls his bat around. Now he's set. So is Souls. The 0-1. Check swing. It's fouled. So strike 2. The Jackfish trying to push across runs in back-to-back innings here to tie up this ballgame and possibly take the lead. The 0-2 in the air. The right fielder Tuck charging in. and he makes the grab. The runners won't go anywhere, and there's 2 outs on a lazy fly ball to right. Now here comes Tofflin, but before he comes to the plate, there's going to be a pitching change for the Barrie Baycats. So Evan Souls pitches 1 2/3 innings, and he'll be lifted for a reliever. So a pitching change
For the Jackfish.
for the Baycats as the right-hander Brandon Hilliard comes out of the bullpen. His 6th appearance of the year. He's 0-2. He's got a 6.42 ERA. And he's pitched 7 innings so far, so more of a 1-inning guy. Probably won't see a lot of length out of him. But he's in now to face the third baseman, Dane Tofflin. Tofflin looking to come through with a big clutch hit. The first one over, but high. So it's ball 1. It's 1-0. Matt Hildebrandt, who struck out 3 times, he stands on deck. The bottom of the 7th, 1-0 count to Tofflin, and the pitch in the air. The first baseman, Anderson, going back right on the foul line, and he makes the catch. Tofflin not happy. 2 runners on, but neither of them can come across, and the Jackfish still trail in this
And
one.
once again, join us right here tomorrow night as we host the London Majors for youth baseball.
Top of the 8th we go. Pitching change for the Fish. Eric Hagedorn, the big, tall right-hander, comes out of the bullpen. He's 0-3 this year. Got a high ERA, up over 15. But he's pitched better lately. He had a couple rough outings early on. But lately he's been pitching much better. And he's a guy that the Jackfish would love to use moving forward into the postseason. And that first one hit on the ground to Pettipiece. He'll whip it over to first. One pitch, one out for Hagedorn out of the bullpen, as that was
Right fielder Avery Tuck.
Royce Ando who was retired on the ground ball. And one thing you notice right away is that Hagedorn has a lot of velocity behind his fastball as he got inside on the hands of Ando, and he bounced it to second base. So now here comes Avery Tuck, the right fielder, to face Hagedorn. The first pitch is low and inside. It's ball one. Tuck has one hit today, doubled back in the first. Next pitch to him, in on the hands, is fouled away. He's also flown out to left field, and he grounded a ball to the first baseman, Keller, that he took to the bag himself. So it's a 1-1 count with one out. Top of the 8th inning. Baycats lead it 3-2. The 1-1 just missed outside. Hagedorn asking where that pitch was. And I guess home plate umpire Sean Schaefer says it's outside. So now he's behind 2-1 to Tuck. And here's his pitch. Swing and a miss. He beat him upstairs with a fastball. And he's evened up this count at 2-2. Now after he beat him upstairs with a fastball, we'll see if he stays with it or if he goes to some breaking pitches down in the dirt. The 2-2 on the ground to Pettipiece once again. Backs up. He jumps. It's off his glove. And Tuck will reach. It was a tough play for Pettipiece as he kind of got caught in between on that high chopper. He moved in a few steps, then tried to back up. But he couldn't quite squeeze the ball in his glove. So Tuck is on at first base as the DH, Mike Cicchetto, comes up to the plate. Cicchetto grounded out to shortstop his last at-bat. He's also grounded out to third and hit a double into left. The first pitch to the big right-hander is high and tight for a ball. Cicchetto takes a look at the third base coach, Andrew White. He's got the sign from him. Hagedorn's got the sign from Mercier. After pausing, the 1-0. That's inside. And it's 2-0 now. Again, a look down at third base. And we've seen that a few times from a couple different hitters in this Baycats lineup, taking long looks at the third base coach. And now time is called at the plate as Cicchetto steps out. The Welland crowd won't like that too much. But now he's back in the box. The 2-0, runner going for second. The throw down, skipped over there, not in time. And it's 3-0 as that pitch was called a ball at the plate. Looked like a good pitch, but ruled a ball, so it's 3-0 to Cicchetto. Tuck steals second. He's now in scoring position. The 3-0. Over the inside corner, it's strike one. Hagedorn still got a ways to battle now, as it's 3-1. for Tuck. That's his 6th stolen base this year. Decent lead off of second. Pitch to Chichetto, fouled away. That ball's hit hard, but it won't stay in play. So a great job by Hagedorn. After he fell behind 3-0, he's now worked back to a full count to the DH. Tuck stands out there at second. Look back at him now. And time is called at the plate. Runner was going for third. And the pitch was delivered by Hagedorn. But it doesn't matter, as time was called after a long look at second by the right-hander. Forced Chichetto to call time at the dish. Hagedorn set. He goes to the plate. High, it's ball 4. So now runners at first and second
Third baseman Marcel
for the
Lacoste.
third baseman Marcel Lacoste. And he has struck out twice. He's also reached on a walk. That was back in the first inning. Another long look down there. Really taking his time to get in the box as he takes a practice swing. Now he digs in. As Lacoste readies for a pitch from Hagedorn. Here it comes. That one's low. It's ball 1. Lacoste does have some pop in his bat, as he has 7 extra base hits on the year, 2 of them for home runs. The 1-0 swing and a miss might have been fouled, and it was. And that's strike 1. It's now 1-1 with 1 away as we play in the 8th. Lacoste digs back in. Keller plays behind the runner at first. The pitch from Hagedorn. Down low.
Game's tied. 8-8. In order to screw you, I'll just hit a grand slam.
Lacoste has stepped back into the box. It's a 2-1 count to the third baseman, the number 5 hitter in this Baycats lineup. The pitch from Hagedorn way inside. That'll get past Mercier. And both runners are going to move up. So now 2 in scoring position as Tuck moves from second to third on the wild pitch. And Chichetto moves from first to second. And after that, there's going to be a pinch runner for the DH Chichetto out at second base.
Pinch running at second base now for Barrie, number 26.
That's going to be Jake McDonald. A catcher for this team, and now with runners at second and third, the infield is going to come in. The 3-1, swing and a miss. It may have been ball 4, but Lacoste helped him out. And it's 3-2. Hagedorn set. A big full count pitch. It's way inside and it gets past Mercier. 1 run's going to come in to score. That's Tuck from third base. And 2 wild pitches in the inning from Hagedorn. And it's now 4-2 Baycats.
David LeBlanc.
So on that pitch, it's also a walk to the third baseman, Lacoste. And the bullpen springs into action. That looks like Casey Howard. And here comes Brian Essery out of the dugout to talk to his right-hander. This may just be some time, or this may be just to buy some time for the reliever Howard to get loose. It doesn't look like he's going to make a pitching change. He has not made the call yet. So it might just be a chat on a game plan for what they want to do with the left fielder LeBlanc. Meeting's taking a while. And as that meeting on the mound happens, we'll update you on the out-of-town scoreboard. The Majors now lead the Red Sox 5-1, and the Maple Leafs are beating the Cardinals 11-6. In Major League Baseball, the Toronto Blue Jays have tied the game at 8. They are now tied as they play in the 9th inning. They were down 8-2 at one point. Alertis Gurriel grand slam tied it. Now back to the action here. Runners at the corners. Hagedorn's first pitch is inside. It's 1-0. After that long mound meeting, you'd have to think Howard is ready in the bullpen. So this may be the last hitter Hagedorn sees. The runner at first is Lacasse. The pinch runner, Jake McDonald, stands at third. And that one misses outside. It's now 2-0. Runners take their leads. The 2-0. That one's right down the middle. It's strike one. And it's 2-1 now. LeBlanc is 1 for 3. His one hit was a single into left field. He also stole a base when he got on. 2-1 count. Pitch from Hagedorn way outside. And that's a pattern we've seen from the righty. Missing to his glove side quite often in this inning of work. So now 3-1 to LeBlanc. The crowd trying to get their Jackfish going. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Runners going into second. There won't be a throw. So Lacasse steals it easily. And for Lacasse, that's his 4th stolen base this year. A 3-2 count. And the pitch on the ground to Wagner. He's going to come home with it. The throw, the tag. And Mercier dropped the ball. It was a tough throw, low from Wagner, but Mercier did have a handle on it till the runner slid in across home plate and it knocked the ball loose. So the Baycats now
First baseman James Anderson
have a 3-run lead as they lead it 5-2. So Hagedorn stays in the game as Howard continues to warm. Runners still at the corners. And the first pitch over the outside corner, it's strike one to James Anderson, the first baseman. Long pause by Hagedorn. Now he throws back to first. But LeBlanc gets back in easily. So that was McDonald, the pinch runner, who scored that run. And now standing at third is LeBlanc. Or sorry, Lacasse is standing at third. LeBlanc is over there at first. 0-1 offering. Runner going, swing and a miss, they won't throw. So he steals the base, and you could see the runner out there when he went towards second. He stopped as if he was attempting to get into a rundown to try to get that run in from third. But there was no throw, so he took the base. And now it's an 0-2 count. Infield comes in. And the pitch, it's inside. Almost caught him with a breaking ball. but it's just a ball, so it's 1-2. And of course, now the double play not in order, so all the Jackfish infielders playing at the edge of the grass. 1-2 pitch, just inside. Called a ball, and it's 2-2. Even count for Hagedorn. Pitching to Anderson. Here comes the offering, missed, and he got the called strike. Over the outside corner. It was a delayed call by home plate umpire Sean Schaefer. But he rung him up.
Shortstop Carson Burns.
So now Carson Burns comes up to the plate, and this would be huge if Hagedorn can get out of this one. Only allowing the 2 runs. That one's fouled straight back. And he's behind in the count, 0-1. The Jackfish offense, although has been a little stagnant today, they are a very strong hitting team, so we know any lead they're capable of coming back from. And that one's missed on the inside. You could tell the home plate umpire wanted to call it a strike. He leaned towards the right side, but he didn't give it to him. And the count evens at 1-1. To the shortstop, Burns. Infield now back for the Jackfish with 2 outs. And the 1-1, that one's down. Mercier couldn't hang on to it, but it stayed in front of him, so no harm done. And it's now 2-1 as this long inning continues. Burns, the left-handed hitter. He's 1 for 3 on the day. 2-1. That one's into left field. It's going to get down. 1 runs in to score. Another one coming around third as it's bobbled in left field by Dave Banning. And a 2-out, 2 RBI single for Carson Burns as Lacasse came in to score. LeBlanc came in to score as well. And the Baycats have broken this one open. It's 7-2. Coming down the stretch in the season, these are the games you'd like to have playing against the teams behind you in the standings. But of course, it's not over yet. We've seen much bigger deficits be erased before. So Burns, after that single into left, will be at first base. He didn't hit it hard, kind of off the end of the bat, but it dropped in front of Dave Banning. And now that one's a ball in the dirt, gets away from Mercier, and again, a wild pitch forces a runner to move up. This is the catcher, Plumpton, who's hitting, and he's ahead in the count, 1-0. Four runs have scored here in the 8th. The 1-0, that's a strike, and it's 1-1. The Baycats scored 1 in the first, 2 in the 4th, and now they've pulled way ahead in the 8th. 1-1. Same pitch, same location, and he gets another strike call. And it's 1-2 with 2 outs. As the runner, Burns, stands out at second base. He advanced on that wild pitch. 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball, and that hit him. So it was a breaking ball that got away from Hagedorn. It hit the batter, Plumpton, and then caught the catcher, Mercier.
Center fielder Jake Wilson.
So he's on base, standing over there at first with the hit by pitch, and we go back to the top of the order. and the 9th hitter to hit in this inning in Jake Wilson. Hagedorn got the first out when he came out of the bullpen on a ground ball to Pettipies, and that one's hit on the ground. Wagner's going to glove it, but he's not going to have a play as that ball was in the hole. He did fumble it a little bit, but even if he comes up with it cleanly, he doesn't have a shot to make a play anywhere. And the bases are now loaded
Second baseman Royce Ando.
for Royce Ando. So an infield single for Wilson. That's his first hit of the game, his first time getting on base. He was 0 for 4 up to this point. The first pitch to the number 2 hitter, Ando, is called inside for ball 1. Barrie is now batted around in the 8th. 1-0 pitch. That one's inside. It dusted him off as Ando backed up to avoid the fastball. And he got out of the way. It's now 2-0. And that one's almost behind the hitter, and it drills Ando. And that'll force home a run. That was a fastball that he missed arm side with. And it's now 8-2 Baycats. As Avery Tuck will come up to the plate, but not before a pitching change is made. So Hagedorn comes in. He gives up 5 runs. And now we'll go to the bullpen. Casey Howard coming out for the Fish. Avery Tuck steps up to the plate for his second at-bat here in the 8th. And the new pitcher into the game for Welland is Casey Howard. In his 11th appearance of the year, he's pitched 13 1/3 innings. The first pitch is swung on and missed. So Hagedorn gives up 5 runs. But of course, the first batter that reached in that inning was on the error by Petopy, so none of the runs are going to be earned. Bases are still loaded. Howard's ahead 0-1. Pitch to Tuck, fouled away. He's way ahead now. It's 0-2. So out on base right now is Burns standing at third, Plumpton at second. Plumpton at third, Wilson at second, and Ando standing at first. That one's fouled back once again by Avery. The count remains at 0-2. Count. Howard looks in. He's got his sign. Sets his glove at the belt. And here comes the pitch. In the air, left field, Dave Banning backing up. And he makes the catch. And the Jackfish finally get out of it. But not before 5 men come across the plate. The Baycats now lead 8-2.
Join us again right here tomorrow night. Welland Jackfish designated hitter, number 39.
Here comes Matt Hildebrandt, the DH. And he'll face Brandon Hilliard in his second inning of work. Dave Banning will follow Hildebrandt. Then Mike Wagner will hit. First pitch to Hildebrandt inside. It's a ball. The Baycats lead it now 8-2 after that big 5-run eighth. So a big hill to climb, but the offense is capable. And Hildebrandt pops one up, but it's going to go out of play. Banging off the roof of the press box and then back into the
The
grandstand.
youngster from Beams, Vegas, Beamsville, gathers up that ball.
And that's a souvenir for the fans. So it's a 1-1 count to Hildebrandt. Pitch from Hilliard. That's inside. And it's now 2-1. Hildebrandt is ahead. This is Hildebrandt's 4th at-bat of the game. He's struck out 3 times. So looking to avoid the golden sombrero here. And he hits that one up the middle to get past the pitcher. And that'll be a well-hit single for Hildebrandt. And here comes Dave Banning with a runner at first.
Number 6, Dennis Dave Banning.
So that ball was rocketed up the middle. Hillier had quick reactions, but they weren't quick enough, as he couldn't get leather on it. And that's a start for the Fish as they look to get back into this game. Dave Banning takes one high, and it's 1-0. Wagner waiting on deck. The 1-0 to Dave Banning. It's inside, almost hit him. But it missed. It's 2-0. Dave Banning's had a good night. He's been on base twice, walked and doubled into left field. He's also struck out. So he's officially 1 for 2. The 2-0 is popped up into foul territory. It gets out of play over towards those picnic tables. And is now 2-1 to the Jackfish left fielder. And the pitch inbound. That one catches the outside. It's 2-2. Even with the big lead, they still hold on the runner Hildebrandt at first. And the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Dave Banning chased a high fastball. And there's one away.
Shortstop number 15, Mike Wagner.
That's the 6th strikeout for Baycats pitching today. And now here's the shortstop, Mike Wagner. The lefty swings and misses at the first pitch as he was way out in front. And it's 0-1. He must have been looking for something hard, and he was really early on an off-speed pitch. 0-1 count now to Wagner. The next pitch, fouled away. That caught, plumped it behind the plate. And he's going to go take a walk out to the mound as he tries to walk off the bruise of that one.
Everybody clap your
Taking a
hands.
look down in Welland's bullpen right now. There's nobody up, so Casey Howard
Check it out, y'all.
will likely get the 9th.
Say it again. Drop it. They took a bunt on him.
Yeah, man, 2 strikes.
So Plumpton shaking out his hand after that one. I couldn't see exactly where it caught him. But just by his reaction on the field, it looks like it caught him on that bare hand. 0-2 to Wagner. Swing and a miss. Another high fastball from Hilliard. And he strikes out the shortstop.
Center fielder, number 9.
There's now
Eric
2 outs.
Marriott.
So after he gave up that single to Hildebrandt to start off the inning, he struck out the next 2 hitters. Now Eric Marriott stands in his last time up in the 6th. He shot a ball to second base. It was hit very, very hard. But it was caught by the second baseman, Ando. And he takes the first pitch inside. So 1-0 count to Marriott. Mercier, the catcher, waiting on deck. The next pitch to him is swung on and missed. A mighty cut from Marriott. But he comes up empty. It's now 1-1 to the Jackfish center fielder. They continue to hold the runner on at first. The 1-1. That one's over the inside corner. Marriott turns around in disbelief that that one was called a strike. But it's 1-2. Taking a while to get back in the box. And now he does. He digs back in as Hillier's waiting for him on the rubber. 1-2 pitch. That one blooped over the third baseman's head and into left field. So Marriott gets jammed, but just fists it over the third baseman's glove.
Catcher number 26, Andrew Mercier.
Here comes Andrew Mercier now.
9, Sydney did 3-run bomb, 11-10.
So after that hit from Marriott, there's now 2 runners on. And that's baseball for you. Marriott hit an absolute seed his last time up that was caught for an out. And then he hits a little dying quail the next time, and it gets in there for a hit. The first pitch to Mercier is a strike over the inside corner. The runner at second is Hildebrandt. The runner at first is Marriott. The 0-1, swing and a miss. He's now down 0-2. Shakes out his right arm. Now he looks in for the sign. He's got it as he pitches out of the stretch. The 0-2. Up high. Mercier wanted to go after it, but he did a great job of holding off. So now it's 1-2 as Mercier attempts to get on so they can load up the bases for the number 9 hitter. The 1-2 pitch way inside. It gets away from the catcher, and both runners are going to advance. Plumpton's done a great job all night of blocking balls in the dirt from the Baycats pitching staff, but that one was a little too far away, and he couldn't get there in time and square up his body, so it got by him. On the wild pitch, Hildebrandt is now at third, and Marriott stands at second. Fouled straight back. Mercier's right on it. Count still 2-2 with 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th as the Jackfish try to mount a comeback in this Friday night contest. A rare Friday night game. This is actually a makeup game from earlier on in the season. The 2-2. Mercier pops it up on the infield. Burns waving everybody off, calling for it, and he makes the catch to retire the side. So 2 runners get into scoring position, but with 2 outs, they can't get them across. It's still 8-2 Baycats. Top of 9 we go.
Now batting for Barrie,
Casey
number
Howard
26,
still out there
Jake
on the mound
McDonald.
for the Jackfish. And here comes Jake McDonald. He's going to get his first at-bat of this ball game. He was a pinch runner last inning, and the first pitch is outside for a ball. He came in to run for Chichetto at second base. In the 8th, he's ahead in the count, 1-0. And here comes the pitch from Howard. Another pitch outside, almost the same spot. And it's 2-0 around the IBL in other games. The majors are now putting a real hurting on the Red Sox as they're up 10-1. And the Maple Leafs and Cardinals are playing a close one in Hamilton. It's 11-7. 2 balls, no strikes. Pitch to McDonald, in on his hands, flared into center field. Marriott moving in. And he's got it. 1 out.
Third baseman Marcel Lacoste.
So in his first at-bat of the game, he flies out to center field. And there's one away, and here comes the third baseman, Marcel Lacoste. He scored a run last inning on that single from Carson Burns. One out. Lacoste, the left-handed hitter, stands in against the right-handed pitcher, Howard. And the pitch down low. And it's 1-0. With one away in the top of the 9th, the Baycats lead at 8-2. Here comes the pitch, swing and a miss. He pulled off that ball trying to hook it down the right field line. But he comes up empty. It's an even count now at 1-1. The 1-1, just high. Must have been just above the letters. And Lacoste moves ahead in the count. It's 2-1. Howard, he's got his sign, he's set. Hands at his chest. Kicks and deals, the pitch is inside. And the count now goes to 3-1. On the number 5 hitter, Lacoste, David LeBlanc waits on deck. And if any runners get on, James Anderson will hit. It's a 3-1 count. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Down 3-1. Howard challenged him with a fastball, and he got it by Lacoste. So now it's a full count with 1 out. And here comes the 3-2. Now that one's outside and low. Called a ball as Lacoste reaches first base on the walk.
David LeBlanc.
And here comes David LeBlanc, the left fielder. He's 1 for 4, but he's also reached on a fielder's choice. Has a single into left field and 2 stolen bases on the day. So he's been running the bases aggressively all night as he hits against Howard, and he rifles that one into left field, a base hit.
First baseman
Lacoste
James
up to
Anderson.
second on the hit. And that ball was hit extremely hard into left field. Both Tofflin and the shortstop Wagner didn't even move as the ball got past them. Runners at first and second. The 0-0 pitch outside to Anderson. as he bats with one runner in scoring position out there at second base. That's Marcel Lacasse. The next pitch to him, down low. It's ball 2. Anderson struck out back in the second inning, reached on a walk in the fourth, grounded out to third base in the seventh, and then struck out last inning. Anderson's called time. Now he's back in the box. Here comes the 2-0. Hit on the ground over the head of Howard. Pettipiece on the run. Throw it to first. It's in time. So 2 outs are now recorded on the fielder's choice. But the runners both advance, as now there's 2 in scoring position. Lacasse stands at third base, moving up on the fielder's choice. And LeBlanc moves up to second base. So here's Burns. He had a big hit last inning. So he drove in a few runs, and he swings at the first pitch and fouls it back. 0-1 as Howard tries to work a clean 9th inning. That one's chopped foul. The on-deck hitter, Plumpton, standing on deck with his catching leg guards on. He'll go over there and retrieve that baseball. It's an 0-2 count with 2 outs. The crowd trying to get Howard through this one. And the 0-2 pitch. On the ground, Pettipiece dives and he can't glove it. Lacasse is in to score. LeBlanc around third, the throw to the plate. And it's not in time. And 2 more runs are going to come in to score. And that is now 10-2 for the Baycats, as Carson Byrne drives in a few more. He's had a very productive night at the plate. So now this is the catcher, Tyler Plumpton. The right-handed hitter steadies his bat behind his head, and he's ready. Here comes the pitch from Howard. Fouled away. That might have caught Mercier behind the plate. He's been caught a few times today in his return to the lineup. He'll go out there and personally hand the ball to his pitcher, Howard. It's always tough as a catcher when you haven't played for a while and you get back in there to wear a few like Mercier's done. It's 10-2 now for the Baycats. The 0-1 pitch to Plumpton, hit up the middle. Pettipiece can't make a play. It bounces off his glove, then off his leg, and shoots into center field. And that, again, will likely be an error on Pettipiece. So Plumpton gets on. That ball was hit hard. And Pettipiece tried to backhand it, but he couldn't come up with it cleanly. So now we go back to the top of the order in Jake Wilson. First pitch to him is a breaking ball. Nicely executed by Howard. And he's ahead of the hitter, and now time is called. So that looks like Coach Rick Piliteri out of the dugout. And they'll have a meeting on the mound. An interesting time to call a mound visit in the middle of an at-bat. Not sure what the message is that's being delivered right now. It was a quick mound visit, as all the infielders came in, but they all left and went back to their positions quickly. And it's an 0-1 count. The pitch inside. And that hit him. So that'll load up the bases now with 2 outs. As Wilson gets hit and he's on first base. Here comes Royce Ando to the dish. This is his 6th at-bat of the game, as these Baycats hitters have had a lot of chances at the dish in this one, as he takes the first one over for a strike. A few claps still coming from the Jackfish faithful. Here comes the 0-1. Swing and a miss. And it's strike 2 on Ando. Jackfish down by 8. In the top of the 9th, Howard trying to minimize the damage and get out of this one. He's ahead, 0-2. And here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss. And Casey Howard gets out of it on a strikeout of Royce Ando. But the Baycats push 2 more across. We go to the bottom of the 9th, last chance for the Jackfish. Here's Nolan Pettipiece to start off the 9th inning. New pitcher into the game for the Baycats is Brad Grieveson. And the first pitch inside for a ball. Grieveson making his 11th appearance this year, most of them out of the bullpen. Pettipiece hits it on the ground. Burns gloves it. Throw over to first in time. What a play by Carson Burns as he slid to his right to make the catch and then uncorked a strong throw across the diamond to easily retire Pettipiece. So we go back to the top of the order. It's Griffin Keller to face Grieveson. And that pitch is outside. It's ball 1. So after today's game, the Jackfish will be in action again tomorrow against the first place London Majors. The 1-0 hit in the air. Right field, way back, and it is gone. A long home run for Griffin Keller. And it's now 10-3 Baycats as he almost hit that one off the roof of the houses back behind the right field fence. So Griffin Keller puts some of his power on display. As now Brandon Nicholson comes in and takes a pitch over the plate. It's strike one. For Keller, that's his 7th home run on the season, so he ties Matt Hildebrandt for the most on the team. 0-2 count to Nicholson. Pitch hit up the middle. Burns got it on a short hop. Throw on the run. What a play. Once again from the shortstop. And you got to keep the ball away from him, as he's made 2 fantastic defensive plays here in the 9th inning alone.
Number 23, Dane Hoffman.
The first one he made was going to his right, and he threw it in the 5-6 hole. That one he was moving to his left towards second base and threw across his body. Now here's Dane Tofflin to face Grieveson, and he pours the first one over. It's strike one. 0-1 to Tofflin. He's reached base twice, once on a walk and once on an error. He's also struck out and popped up to the first baseman, and that one's inside. Breaking ball, and it missed. It's 1-1. One and 1 count to Tofflin. Pitch, swing and a miss. Looked like another breaking ball, and the Jackfish are down to their final strike. Tofflin digs back in, trying to extend the ball game any way he can. The pitch up high. Tofflin held off, and it's 2-2. For Grieveson, he's a strike thrower. He's got 33 strikeouts on the year and only 2 walks. And Tofflin hits it on the ground. Ando picks it up cleanly, fire it onto first, and the ball game is over. So the Baycats come into Welland. They play here at the pond, and they win 10-3. The Baycats, of course, had that big 8th inning where they scored 5 times en route to a big win.
The playoffs start next week for your Welland
The next time the Jackfish will be in action is tomorrow. You can see them right here on the YouTube channel again as they play the London Majors. Note the start time. It's at 6:05. So the Jackfish lose this one 10-3. I'm Brendan Lang. For everybody here at the Welland Jackfish, thank you for listening and have a great night.